Hi, Sarah here with a layout process video using the Like Forever September kit. I will leave links below for the Like Forever kit club if you want to go and check that out, and I'll also leave links to my Facebook page and my Instagram. Okay, so with this layout I wanted to put my title at the top and my photo at the bottom, and I wanted to create paper clusters around each, and that was my basic idea to begin with. So I start off by trimming down my photo. I'm also going to take out all the scraps I have so far from the September kit so I can use them up rather than cutting into any of my whole sheets of paper. I find it easier to make my kits last if I do make an effort to use up all the little pieces. I also found it so much easier to create paper clusters behind my photos by using up little pieces, because then the shapes are sort of creating themselves rather than you having to think about how to do them and them ending up a bit too symmetrical or not haphazard enough, I guess, which is what I like to go for. So here I've selected what papers I wanted to use, and I've got a general idea of what that should look like. So next I want to do my background with some mixed media. I've taken a 12x12 stencil by Heidi Swap, and I'm first of all going to spray inks through it in some of the blues and greens that are in the floral and heart papers. So I've selected them there, and I'm just spritzing them through my stencil. Now with this I have saturated the paper quite a lot, so they do actually bleed through quite a bit. If you're quite careful and you don't use too much, or if you add some gesso, then you don't tend to get this happen. But I tend to just go with the flow with it all, and there you can see I've actually got another piece to do another layout, so I can use the negative or positive, whichever the way you look at it, to create another layout. So as you can see, I've created a bit of a smudgy effect of hearts there. So what I'm doing here is I've offset the hearts slightly, and I'm going back through over the top with some texture paste. Now my ink isn't totally dry, so it actually comes out slightly coloured in the end once it dries, as you can see slightly there. So the colour does come through slightly, but it also sharpens up some pieces, some of the hearts that have bled as well, but it's still nice and messy, which is how most of my layouts end out. Okay, so here I'm just adding in my title so that I can work on my embellishments. I also take my photo, mat it on navy blue and then on some foam so it pops up off the page so it doesn't get lost amongst the embellishments. So once I've popped my photo up, I want to echo the glittered darling in the title, so I'm taking some of the wooden embellishments from the kit and I'm going to alter them so that they're gold and glittery. As you can see, I'm just sorting out my foam on the back of my photo. So to do that I use Versamark ink, which is just a sticky ink, and embossing powder, and you pour the powder on and the powder sticks to the ink and you heat it up and it's just permanent then. It works really well with wooden embellishments because it doesn't warp anything. So there I go, inking them up, and then I'll add glitter. I use a bit of card so I can pour it back into the pot once I'm done, as you would just with normal glitter. And then I use an embossing heat tool, and as you can see now they're all melted on, they're nice and glittery. So once I've added those in, I want to have a few at the bottom and then just a couple of embellishments that echo the bottom cluster at the top. So I go through all my embellishments and sort through them, find out the ones I think will go with the layout, and then I just go through them, add bits, take bits away. So the main thing I know I want to do is add the little birds at the top and the bottom, and I also added some washi tape there just to make my photo pop up a bit better. So there's my birds. I add a few extra bits and pieces. I try not to overkill with embellishments, but I tend to add quite a lot. And once I'm happy with them, I glue them down with multi-mix medium using a fine line applicator. or if it's just on paper and they have a sticky back, then I can just stick them down. So here I've added some mint green on top of the navy blue, some mint green florals just to break up that navy blue triangle a little bit more, and then just some extra florals just to soften the edges off my paper cluster as well. So I'm covering up my photo. I like to cover up my photo and any little things that have faces, so like little animals, so that they don't get anything on the face part of them. And here I'm adding what I wanted to be the sort of mid pink colour, but it came out really dark and looked kind of more like blood, which wasn't great because it's not a Halloween layout. So I did manage to dab it up with some water, but it was still too dark, so I added some yellow that's also in the floral papers. It is the right colour, but it's the dark one and it just didn't look quite right. So once I've added some yellow and some gold, I come back and cover up my embellishment clusters, and I spritz over the whole lot with white picket fence distress spray and get it everywhere, as you can see, and that just mellows it all down for me. And then I just dab it off wherever it's got on the sparkly bits, and then I take some navy blue paint, because there's no navy blue in amongst all those mad colours. So I wanted to add some navy blue just to tie it all in together, so I'm just using a brush there to splatter some over the top of there, so that stands out more than the red colour, pinky red colour. And I think that's about it. If you liked my video and you'd like to see more, please like and subscribe. Like I say, I'll have links below for where to get the products, and also my own Facebook group if you want to join me on there. Thanks for looking. Bye.